See the next case for calculation of n factor, the compound in which one element is oxidized, and other element is reduced. Now see the case of ferric oxalate, because iron is present in +3, so it is ferric oxalate. As we can see that oxidation number of iron in this compound is how much? +3, and oxidation number of carbon in this compound is +3. As we can see that iron from +3 oxidation state changes into +2, while carbon from +3 oxidation state changes into +4. Now we can see that change in oxidation number for one atom from +3 to +2 means the change in oxidation number of 1. For one atom there is change in oxidation number of 1. And how many atoms are present for iron? 2 atoms. So overall change will be change in oxidation number of 1 multiplied by number of atoms. So 1 into 2. So this is the n factor for iron. As we can see that iron is reduced. Now see, carbon is oxidized, +3 to +4. So one element is oxidized and one is reduced. Now see, oxidation state of carbon is +3. Now oxidation state of carbon is +4. As we can see that for one atom there is change in oxidation number of 1. So change in oxidation number of 1 for one atom. How many carbon atoms are there? 3 to the 6. So overall change is 6. As we can see that n factor for carbon is 6 and n factor for iron is 1. So 1 into 2 is 2 basically. As one element is oxidized and one is reduced, so n factor will equal to n1 minus n2 in this case, n1 minus n2. Subtract the larger value from a smaller value. So basically 6 minus 2, the net n factor is 3. Net n factor is 6 minus 2 is 4. So the compound in which one element is oxidized and other element is reduced, then the n factor is n1 minus n2. Now we are see the next n factor for disproportionation reaction. See how to calculate the n factor for disproportionation reaction. See, so basically n factor in case of disproportionation reaction is n1 into n2 upon n1 plus n2. n1 is the first n factor, n2 is the second n factor. See, for example, as we know, disproportionation reaction in which the oxidation number of one element is changed only. So basically one same element is oxidized and same element is reduced. So oxidation number of bromine changes from 0 to +5 means bromine is oxidized. As we can see that oxidation number of bromine changes from 0 to -1 means bromine is reduced. Now see, as Br2 is in standard form, in standard form oxidation number is 0 and Br minus oxidation number is -1. We can see for one atom change in oxidation number of 1. So basically change in oxidation number equal to 1 for per atom. For 2 atoms it will be overall change 1 into 2. So n value of n1 is 2. Now see the value of n2. As we can see that Br2 bromine from 0 oxidation state changes to +5. So for one atom there is change in oxidation number of 5. For one atom there is change in oxidation number of 5. See, for 2 atom change in oxidation number will be, so 5 is the oxidation number change, as 2 atoms are in left, therefore change in oxidation number overall 5 into 2 equal to 10. So this is the value of n2. As this reaction is disproportionation because same element is oxidized, same element is reduced. Now n factor is n1 into n2, 2 into 10 upon 2 plus. So basically n factor is 5/3 for this reaction. Now see the next case of disproportionation reaction. See, the next case is P4 changes into PS3 and H2PO2 minus. As we see, phosphorus is in standard form, therefore oxidation number of phosphorus is 0. In PS3 oxidation number of phosphorus is -3, and in H2PO2 minus oxidation number of phosphorus is +1. As we can see, oxidation number changes from 0 to -3. For one atom there is a change of 3. For 4 atoms changes 3 into 4, so 12. Value of n1 is 12. Now see, P4 when changes into H2PO2 minus. So oxidation number changes from 0 to +1. For one atom, oxidation number changes 0 to +1. For 4 atoms, 1 into 4. So value of N2 is 4. We know N factor for disproportionation reaction. Because same element is oxidized 0 to +1, same element is reduced 0 to -3. N factor is N1 into N2 upon N1 plus N2. So we get the value of N factor equal to 3. Now we will discuss our next topic, which is equivalent mass. See, what is equivalent mass? As we know, equivalent mass is defined as the mass of a substance which combines. So basically it is the mass of substance which combines with 1 gram hydrogen, or we can say 8 gram oxygen, or we can say 35.5 gram chlorine, or we can say 80 gram bromine, or we can say 108 gram silver. So basically it is the mass of a substance which can combine with 1 gram hydrogen, or combine with 8 gram oxygen, or combine with 35.5 gram chlorine, or combine with 80 gram bromine, or combine with 108 gram silver. So these are the definitions. So reference elements are taken here for equivalent mass. Now see example. So basically according to reaction we can see that 2 into 24 gram, basically 48 gram magnesium requires 32 gram of oxygen. As we can see that 32 gram of oxygen combines with 48 gram of magnesium. So basically 1 gram of oxygen will combine with 48 upon 32 gram of magnesium. Now according to the definition of equivalent mass, it is the mass of substance which combines with, for oxygen, 8 gram of oxygen. So 1 gram will combine with that much gram of magnesium. Now 8 gram of oxygen will combine with how much? 12 gram of magnesium. So basically 8 gram of oxygen requires how much? 12 gram of magnesium. So this is the equivalent mass of magnesium with respect to oxygen. See the case of nitrogen. When nitrogen combines with hydrogen, forms ammonia. As we can see that 6 gram of hydrogen combines with 28 gram of nitrogen. So 1 gram of hydrogen will combine with, as according to definition, equivalent mass of a substance is the mass of substance which combines with 1 gram of hydrogen with respect to hydrogen. So in formation of NH3, 6 gram hydrogen combines with 28 gram. So 1 gram will combine with 14/3 gram of nitrogen. So equivalent mass is the mass of element that combines with that 1 gram of hydrogen. So basically we can say that equivalent mass of nitrogen is 14/3. We can also say the equivalent mass is equal to molar mass divided by N factor. See, for example, molar mass divided by N factor. For example, if we have to find the equivalent mass of magnesium, see, when magnesium combines with oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. So magnesium in standard form, oxidation number 0. When magnesium combined with oxygen, oxidation is said +2. As we can see that change in oxidation number from 0 to 2. So basically change in oxidation number of 2. And how many magnesium atoms are there? 1. So N factor for magnesium is 2. So equivalent mass is atomic mass divided by N factor. So 24/2 equal to 12. Now see the next question. So basically in this case, when N2 combines with hydrogen form NH3, oxidation number of N2 is 0, nitrogen is 0 here, and nitrogen is -3 here. So for one atom of nitrogen, change in oxidation number of 3 from 0 to -3. As there are 2 nitrogen atoms, so 3 into 2 equal to 6. N factor is 6. So we can say equivalent mass is molecular mass of nitrogen 28 divided by N factor. So it is also 14/3. Now, so basically equivalent mass is molar mass divided by N factor. Now see the next question. The next question is we have to find the equivalent mass of following. The first question is KMNO4 in acidic medium. We know KMnO4 in acidic medium changes into Mn2 plus. We have already discussed. N factor in acidic medium for KMnO4 is 5. So equivalent mass will be molar mass divided by 5. 158 is the molar mass of KMnO4. N factor is 5. Now see the next question. We have to find the equivalent mass of KMnO4 in basic medium. We know in basic medium MnO4 minus ion changes into MnO4 2 negative ion. So basically in this case we can see the N factor is changing from plus 7 to plus 6, means change in oxidation number of 1. So equivalent mass is molecular mass of KMnO4 divided by N factor, which is 1. See the next case. We have to find the equivalent mass of this ion S4O6 2 minus. See, oxidation number sulfur is plus 2.5 and oxidation of sulfur here is plus 2. So change in oxidation number of 0.5. How many atoms are there? Sulfur 4. So 0.5 into 4 equal to 2. N factor is 2. Now we can say equivalent mass is molar mass divided by 2. Now we will see what is number of equivalents or gram equivalents. See. So basically number of equivalents is similar to number of moles. Number of equivalent is similar to number of moles. We can also say number of equivalent as number of gram equivalent. As we know, number of moles is given mass upon molar mass, while number of equivalents is given mass divided by equivalent mass. And we know equivalent mass is equal to molar mass divided by N factor. Now put the value of equivalent mass here. So number of equivalent will be given mass, equivalent mass is molar mass divided by N factor. So N factor comes above, and we know given mass upon molar mass is number of moles multiplied by N factor. So number of equivalent is basically what? Number of moles multiplied by N factor. See the next definition. Molarity we have already discussed. As we know, molarity is number of moles of a solute dissolved in 1 liter of solution. So normality is basically the number of equivalents of a solute dissolved in 1 liter solution. We can say normality is number of equivalents of solute present in 1 liter of solution. We can also say number of equivalents will be equal to normality into volume, and if volume is given in milliliter ml, then it will be number of milli equivalents. So number of equivalents is normality into volume in liter, and number of milli equivalents is normality into volume in ml. See the next relation. We also know normality is molarity into N factor. So normality is molarity into N factor. Now see the case of law of equivalence. As we know, by law of equivalence, so basically this method is titration. This method is basically titration based method. So we are doing numericals based on the titration. See, we have to find the mass of KMnO4. We have to find the mass of KMnO4 required in acidic medium to prepare 100 ml of 0.1 normal KMnO4 solution. See, so basically in this case we see MnO4 minus changes into Mn2 plus. MnO4 minus changes into Mn2 plus. So N factor is 5. Change in oxidation number from plus 7 to plus 2. Change in oxidation number of 5 and only one atom. Therefore 5 into 1 equal to 1. So N factor is 1. As KMnO4 in acidic medium required to form 100 ml of 0.1 normal KMnO4. We know the number of equivalent is in terms of normality is normality into volume in liter. We know the number of equivalent is number of moles into N factor. Number of equivalents is number of moles into N factor, and number of moles is given mass. Given mass we have to calculate divided by molar mass. Number of moles is given mass upon molar mass of KMnO4 multiply by N factor is 5 equal to number of equivalent is normality into volume. Normality is given 0.1 and volume is 100 ml, so 100 by 1000. So we get the mass of KMnO4. See, we know the dilation equation in terms of molarity and in terms of normality. So in terms of molarity we know dilution equation is M1V1 before dilution M2V2 after dilution. Also normality N1V1 before dilution and N2V2 after dilution. Now see the equivalent concept which we will use in the calculation of titration questions. See, equivalent concept or law of equivalence when A, B combine so form C and D. So according to the law of equivalence, gram equivalent of A will be same as gram equivalent of B, will be same as gram equivalent of C, will be same as gram equivalent of D. So basically there is no role of coefficient. So see the question based on the gram equivalence. See, the question is basically we have to calculate the number of moles of KMnO4 required in acidic medium to react with 3 mole of oxalic acid. H2C2O4 is oxalic acid. As we know, KMnO4 is an oxidizing agent. In acidic medium, when KMnO4 used as an oxidizing agent, MnO4 minus ion will change in Mn2 plus and oxalate ion C2O4 2 minus will change into CO2. We have already balanced the reaction, so MnO4 minus plus oxalic acid in acidic medium. KMnO4 is a strong oxidizing agent. It will change into Mn2 plus and oxalate ion oxidizes into CO2. Now we know, according to law of equivalence, the gram equivalent of KMnO4 will be same as the gram equivalent of oxalic acid. As we know, equivalent of KMnO4 is equal to the equivalent of oxalic acid. We know the equivalent of KMnO4 is number of moles into n factor. We have to find the number of moles of KMnO4. So let n is the number of moles of KMnO4. As n factor for KMnO4 in acidic medium is 5. Also we can calculate as oxidation number of manganese in MnO4 minus changes from +7 to +2. So change in oxidation number is 5 and only one atom, therefore overall change is 5, hence n factor is 5. Now see, for carbon, the oxidation state of carbon changes from +3 to +4. So change in oxidation number of 1. And how many atoms are there? 2 atoms. So overall change is 1 into 2, so n factor is 2. As we know, number of equivalents of KMnO4 will be same as the number of equivalents of oxalic acid. Number of moles of KMnO4 is n factor for KMnO4 is 5 and number of moles of oxalic acid is given 3 and n factor is 2. So we get number of moles of KMnO4 required is 1.2. So this is the question based on the titration by using law of equivalence. So law of equivalence is a very easy concept to solve these stoichiometry problems. Simply equate the gram equivalent of reactants or products as gram equivalents are equal in law of equivalence. Now see the next question based on law of equivalence and titration. The question is 0.5 gram of base is completely neutralized. So 0.5 gram of base is completely neutralized by 100 ml of 0.2 normal acid. Calculate the equivalent mass of base. See, we know when base is neutralized by acid, then we can simply say equivalent number of equivalents of base, gram equivalent of base will be equal to the gram equivalent of acid. So according to reaction, acid base combines to form solid and water. We say gram equivalent of base will be same as gram equivalent of acid, will be same as gram equivalent of salt. Now equate the gram equivalent of base and acid. We know number of equivalent is given mass upon equivalent mass. Given mass of base is 0.5. Equivalent mass we have to calculate for base. Now, as we know, number of equivalents is also normality into volume in liter. So for equivalents of acid, normality of acid is given and volume in ml given, so convert in liter. So normality is 0.2 and volume is 100 upon 1000. So equivalent base of base required is 25. Now see the next question based on law of equivalence and titration of redox reaction. See, the question is 0.45 gram of an acid, molecular mass 90, was accurately neutralized by 20 ml of 0.5 NaOH. What is the basicity of acid? We know acid base react to form salt and water. Mass of acid is given mass. We know equivalent of acid according to law of equivalence. Equivalent of acid is equal to the equivalent of base. Given mass of acid is given. So given mass, we know for acid given mass upon equivalent mass. And we know equivalent mass is molar mass divided by n factor. N factor we have to calculate. Given mass is 0.45 and molecular mass of acid is 90. So 45 upon 90. 45 upon 90. 0.5. So divide to avoid point, divided by 100. So given mass is 0.45 and molecular mass is 90. N factor we have to calculate. Now equivalent of base, we know the normality of NaOH. We know normality into volume is liter, also number of equivalents. So normality is given how much? 0.5 and volume in liter, but here given in ml, so 20 upon 1000. And then we calculate the n factor is the basicity. On solving we get n factor basicity is equal to 2.